Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, we're going to discuss if your wife and kids can travel with you while you're in the military. So this video is pretty easy for me to make because the 6 years that I've been in, me and my wife have been through every kind of scenario that you possibly can be in as far as moving. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So obviously the military pays for you to go from your home state to boot camp. So mine was New Jersey. They flew me to boot camp. While you are in boot camp, your wife and kids stay back at your original state, wherever you left from. Once you complete boot camp, the Navy will then fly you to your A school. Now, if your A school is over 6 months long, then the Navy will hire a moving company, send them to your house back in your original state, pack up you and your wife's stuff, and then you can move your wife to wherever your A school is. So again, for me, right from boot camp, I went to sub school in Groton. Sub school is a little over a year long. So the day I got there, I went to the admin office, set up the move, and within a week, my wife was there with me, and our stuff wasn't far behind. All of our household goods is the term that they use in the military a lot. So again, to recap, if your A school is over 6 months long, your family can be there with you, your wife and kids, or wife, whatever the case may be. So if your A school is less than 6 months, then your wife will stay back in your home state, and whenever you get orders to a ship or to a shore duty, wherever your orders are to after A school, then the Navy will go pack up all your stuff and then move your wife to wherever you are going to be stationed at after your A school. So longer than 6 months long, your wife will come with you to A school. Less than 6 months long, your wife stays back home, and then the Navy will move her wherever your orders are after A school. So for me, after A school, I got stationed on a submarine that was in Groton, so obviously I didn't have to move, we were already there. We were there for about 3 years, and then I got injured and I got cross-rated to corpsman. So this is kind of where it gets tricky. So we were stationed in Groton. Corpsman A school is down in San Antonio. So Corpsman A school is only about 3 months long. So what happened was I went from Groton to San Antonio. My wife and kids stayed in Groton. I did my 4 months in San Antonio. I got orders to Kings Bay, Georgia. So my wife and kids met me in Kings Bay, and again the Navy paid to move us from Groton to San Antonio, from Groton to Kings Bay. The whole time, when you're in a situation like that, that's called TAD, temporary assignment duty. And the whole time I was in San Antonio and my family was in Groton, you get something called separation pay, which is just like the same thing you get while you're on deployment. It's an extra $250 a month that you get for being away from your family. So I got that the 4 months I was in San Antonio. So I went to Groton. So then now we're in Kings Bay, where we met back up in Kings Bay. So here's another thing that you can do. It's called geobatching, and that's what I'm currently doing. So for those of you who may not know, Kings Bay, Georgia, there's a base, and Mayport, Florida, there's a base. The ship, I was on shore duty, sea duty in Groton, shore duty in Kings Bay. Now I'm back to sea duty. And the ship that I'm going to is a pre-con, which means it's not built yet. It's being built. But once it's finished building, we are going to be stationed in Mayport, which is right by Kings Bay. So I'm doing something currently called geobatching. So we're going to be back in Mayport within the year, and there's no point in me selling my house, having my wife leave her job to move to where I'm at now, just to move back there in a year. So you can do something called geobatching, where you're voluntarily keeping your family at your last command or your last duty station, and then you have to, when you transfer to your new duty station, where I'm at in Norfolk, you have to live in government quarters, so you live in a barracks. And that's what I'm currently doing right now. once our ship's commissioned and we head back to Mayport, then I'll be back home with my family. So those are the ways that that it works. But the big number is 6 months. If you're gone less than 6 months, the Navy won't move your family. If you're going somewhere for longer than 6 months, they'll pretty much move your family. There's very few instances where that won't happen. Or you can geobatch, which I'm currently doing now, where you're voluntarily leaving your family behind, and then you have to live in government quarters to wherever you're going. If you guys have any more questions about this, please feel free to leave a comment below or send me a message. I'm more than happy to answer those, because this was something that was a big concern to me when I was enlisting into the Navy, because I was married prior to being in the Navy. And it's a subject that doesn't really get touched on a lot because it's very situational. But again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Don't forget to check out my social media, my Instagram and Twitter, and stay tuned to the channel for more military videos. Thanks again for watching.
No, no, no.